Hello and welcome to another episode of Ketron's radio service at Capehart. The 1941 Panamuse is now completed. This is our demonstration video for the customer. Fabulous sound coming from the radio right now, the AM radio that is. Okay, now completed the 1941 Capehart Panamuse 111 K-2. This is the final installment for the series. That'll be video number 3, or perhaps number 4, that is. Anyhow, these are now complete, so we've completed a full overhaul of all the electronics, as well as the star of the show, the mechanical 16E record changer that has had a complete overhaul as well. So first we're going to go through the radio briefly. We're going to go bass and treble controls. Treble here. There's your bass control over here. Tuning control here. Let's go through the AM band. Right now we're at about 1300 KC on AM. We'll go up and then back down. Actually, we'll start down and go back up.
Satisfying truth. We highly recommend a new book from Chuck. It's called Looking in All the Right Directions.
Scholarship piece because it's certainly a differentiator. So Maeve Road Scholar has curated some unique.
Not much on AM anymore. We'll go up to the top end of the band now. Here's our transmitter.
And it was all inside of 60 seconds. He gave a very clear explanation.
This call period.
Now on top of broadcast here in the middle we have the pre-war FM band up on top, which does not work because it's pre-war FM. It's before they changed the scale over to what we have now, which would be the post-war FM. So sadly that will no longer tune anything in because of the earlier band spread. Also we have a shortwave band. At nighttime I've gotten a few things on it. Right now we're currently utilizing the set's internal loop antenna, and at nighttime we can get a few stations on shortwave, but daytime conditions right now and propagation is not the best, so go ahead and bring it back. That's our SS Tran. It's transmitting on an AM frequency. I have it tuned right now for I think about 1250 AM. So here we have our push button selectors. They do work, but they're either set for the customer's location and I have not adjusted those as a result. I think those were done by the last technician a number of years ago. So I could press these. But they are set. They are set for a different area, so I don't want to touch those as a result. It's got a beautiful backlit dial with our eye tube in the center. Let's move over to the star of the show. I'll go ahead and get the camera adjusted, so bear with me just a second. Let's check out the phonograph now.
Oh, Father, time check, so there'd be no doubt. Call down the north wind to come on out. Then clap his hands so proudly to shout. La-di-da, la-di-da, 'tis autumn. The trees say they're tired, they've borne too much on the wayside, there's no dispute. Now shedding leaves, they don't give a hoot. La-di-da, la-di-da, it's autumn. When the birds got together to chirp about the weather. After making that decision, and pretty like precision, turned about and made a big line to the south. My holding you close really is no crime. Ask the birds, the trees, and old Father Time. It's just to help the mercury climb. La-di-da, la-di-da, 'tis autumn. And the birds got together to talk about the weather. After making their decision in birdie-like precision, turned about and made a big line to the south. My holding you close really is no crime. That's the birds, the trees, and old Father Time. It's just to help the mercury climb. La-di-da, la-di-da, 'tis autumn.
Okay, right now we have the changer on both sides. We just flipped the record and now we're bringing down the next one in the stack. Always remember, for this model, no more than 18 records on the magazine. And make sure you load the first one by hand and seat it up properly, then add the stack. I went ahead and pressed the reject button so we can see the mechanism move once again. As stated before, we are on both sides. And you can see the changer is flipping the record right now. Now our head shell's the original one, although we have installed a Westech B1 series cartridge in place of what was originally there, and it works great. Now I'm going to continue to reject manually just for the sake of this demonstration, but the record will play all the way through and trip automatically like we saw previously. The rebuilt cartridge is in replace of what we had previously, which was a 1960s Voice of Music cartridge and needle. The issue that we ran into was that the 1960s variation that we showed on the record changer video of this series, pressure is supposed to be 3 or 4 grams, while that head shell's pushing more towards 28 grams. So, as a result, we continuously were breaking the needles that insert into the cartridge. They can get expensive very quick, as each of those needles are roughly about $50. So upon the second entry, when I replaced the needle, I went back to the drawing board and discovered that I had an old Static B series cartridge that was rebuilt by a company called Westech. I don't think they're in business anymore. To my knowledge, they put ceramic guts inside of the crystal cartridge, which originally the B series was crystal. They all perished a long time ago just because they're susceptible to humidity and temperature change. So that's what we have installed now, and it's back to a factory setting, and I will say I think it sounds better, performs excellent, and I think the customer's going to be very satisfied with the original setup now back in place. Sadly, it's the last Westech rebuild I have, so he lucked out, as it'll never again be recreated. So these crystal head shells are somewhat difficult because nobody really rebuilds them anymore. And once they go bad, they go bad. So unless you have a magnetic variation, which is very hard to find, you got to try to find somebody to rebuild it. Now, there may be an outfit in Germany, to my knowledge, that used to rebuild them, but I don't know if he is still in business. Anyhow, what we have installed sounds really good. Now, the frequency response for what the rebuilt cartridge is, I have the bass set at 9 and the treble set at 5. It is a more trebly sound, this cartridge, but it has good bass response as well. But I set the bass at 9 and the treble at 5, and I seem to get the best reproduction with the volume all the way maxed. So it's far better than what we had before, because what we had in there, the VOM cartridge, I got very little output. So, as you know with this changer, we have gone through the entire changer, polished all the chrome, polished all the painted surfaces as well. Did a complete teardown, a complete rebuild of this changer, and added parts that were missing upon its arrival over a year ago. Other items that were missing is the reversing arm right back here that we took from a genuine Capehart 400M with a good condition arm, and also this hood lamp here. So right now the changer is stacked with 14 records, Like I said before, you don't want to put more than 18. That's per the instruction manual for 1941-42. So we have it in both sides. Before the record goes into a process again, let's move it over to one side. There's 3 program selectors. Repeat, one side, both sides. Never move the lever when it's in a cycle like it is now. Only move the lever when the record is playing. You move it while it's in a cycle like this, you'll destroy components. So always remember that. I'm going to go and reject it several times so we can see the mechanism, but also I want to get to a 12-inch record. So the 10-inch records, which are my favorites, they are... Okay, here comes a 12-inch, so let's go ahead and watch this one. Remember, we can play them interchangeably, 12 and 10-inch. So that's a 12-inch right there. I have 3 in the stack. You could actually load up to 18 if you wanted in the stack. Anyhow, the throwout arm, which sits below the tone arm, it guides the tone arm to set down for a 12-inch. You can hear that rubber roller. And for 10-inch, it guides to a set screw, not the rubber wheel. Here we have Paul Whiteman playing on another Victor 12-inch. I just moved the selector to repeat, so let's see what it looks like in the repeat mode. You'll see it act like it's going to do a full cycle, but in reality, there's a lever that goes underneath the changer to a cam that disengages it from the main camshaft. And that's basically how it'll do repeat mode. And because we all like seeing both sides, let's bring it back to both sides now. Okay, now we're back to both sides. All the rubber's been replaced on this changer. Every single rubber item. All the felt's been replaced. All the leather facings that reside underneath the changer have been replaced. All the cork gasket material has been replaced. Everything is like brand new. A lot of work one of these 16Es are. I've done about 10 now. And they are a challenge, but when they are completed, you see right before us just how beautiful and smooth they perform. And they are the most superior of the pre-war record changers and the only one of their kind. Now you get an idea what it sounds like with the record compartment lid closed. You can see all the mechanical noise practically goes away.
Up to that Washington School, that's what I want. Get down low, get low. Up to that Washington School, that's what I want. Go and go, Lordy, go with me. Go with me.
Send it through another cycle. You notice when the reversing arm comes back to the magazine, you don't hear a click. Well, that rubber's been replaced as well. They had rubber facings on a lot of these items here in this changer to help with acoustics, so you don't hear a bunch of noise when the record's changing. They did the best they could back then.
I hear tell there's a stranger in the Jones household.
Also, you notice it has a leather facing here that would help drown out any mechanical noise when you have the lid closed. It's wise to remember that these changers were really played with the lid closed for the most part. Although, being the marvel they are, a lot of people leave the lids open just to watch the changer go. Well, that concludes the demonstration of this beautiful 1941 Capehart Panamuse 100 model. And even though it's a lot smaller than, say, the 400 or even the greater 500, the audio fidelity and the performance is unmatched by many radio at the time. So it is really the cream of the crop for 1941. Even on a more entry-level budget, as many Capehart buyers would have purchased from the dealer back in the day. So being a lower-end model, it still is just as superb, in my opinion, as many of the higher-end models. I mean, this radio retailed for quite a bit of money even when it was brand new in 1941. Okay, we'll send a few more cycles here, and then we will sign off. But the restoration is now complete, and this machine will give the customer many years of enjoyment and entertainment within his home. Now, I've been manually rejecting, of course. There's a pearl button here on the radio side that you can't see. You'll notice, too, there's plastic on the turntable surface. That's to help guide the record, and that was recommended by the manufacturer starting in 1935. We'll sign off on this song.